Let's get this started. Welcome back to the Storymoders podcast. My name is Robert, his name is Mike, and we are joined by a very special, brand new person today, Jeremy from the Chat of the Wild podcast, all about, The Legend of Zelda. Not entirely sure what that is, but Jeremy, welcome in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Love to talk about this very niche game that most people haven't played.
Yeah, it's a indie title, right? Little indie game, little indie series.
Yeah. One and done. One hit wonder.
Yeah. Oh man, but Jeremy, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Go ahead and, if for people who don't know, who might not know who you are in our chat, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and the podcast, everything that you work on.
Yeah, my name is Jeremy Harvey. I'm the host of Chat of the Wild, Legend of Zelda podcast. That is a play-along podcast where we break down each game. Each episode just covers a segment of that. We let the listeners know what we're playing to. They play along with us. We comment on it. We just recently relaunched the season. We have I'm with new co-hosts now. We're doing everything in video, and we're going back to a lot of these games. We're celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series this year, so that was a great reason to dig back in and start all over again.
Oh man, 40 years. How is it? I didn't even realize video games were that old. I thought we just started these things. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So you said this is kind of like the second iteration of the podcast?
Yeah, in a sense. When we started this in 2017 with Breath of the Wild. It was me and a group of friends. We were already doing a general video game podcast thing, just getting together, talking about that stuff. We were all really excited for Breath of the Wild. We had the idea of like, hey, let's just do a special about Breath of the Wild, and we're just going to talk about like what we're doing in the game. And then we finished that, and we were like, let's just play some more Zelda. And then we did that for 7 years. And then, some of us got burned out. Some of us just didn't want to continue with the show. I was actually happy to kind of take a break, just be able to play a Zelda game at my own pace. When Echoes of Wisdom came out, Echoes of Wisdom was announced about 2 months after I put out the cancellation, like the retirement episode thing.
Yeah.
And when the game did come out, I completed it in a weekend. Where Tears of the Kingdom, we spent 4 months playing that game. And that was weekly episodes, and we're doing bi-weekly now just to really like ease up and not really push everyone. But I'm joined now by Celeste Roberts and Pete Deaver. Celeste is a writer for Read Only Magazine, an actual like still printed video game magazine. And then Pete Deaver is another streamer, and he's actually new to the Zelda stuff. So it's been fun to get someone who doesn't know a lot about Zelda coming in and seeing a lot of the stuff for the first time.
Oh, nice. Kind of getting like multiple viewpoints on everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we do have a question that we ask all of our first-time guests. It's a series of questions, about 25. Mother's maiden name, father's maiden name. You're going to have to look that one up. No. What is the first game that you ever played, and what is your favorite game of all time? Two very simple questions.
The earliest memory I have is my grandpa's Atari 2600, I think. Was that one of the numbers?
It
that
was
like the most popular.
There were like six of those. It was like 26, and then 2800, and then 34.
Something like that.
Yeah. But 2600 was
and he had some of the worst games, because I have memories of playing E.T. and I have memories of playing Pac-Man, the Pac-Man Atari, which is like the worst Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And I guess the one that really sticks out to me is called like Cannonball, and it was just all it was is you just aimed a cannonball thing, like a cannon, right? In a certain way, and then you would try to launch it and get it into the target, and there'd be like a guy. It would be a guy that's like getting launched out like it's a circus thing. So I would say we'll go with that as like my first core memory of a video game.
Okay. And favorite game of all time? Only one.
It's Breath of the Wild.
No, fair enough. Okay.
You know, yeah.
No, oddly enough, you're not the first person who said that on this podcast. Believe it or not.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, good. Mike, how the hell are you, bud? How was your weekend? Or week? Last 2 weeks, since we didn't see you last week. We missed you.
Yeah. It's been good. Just doing chores, playing crippling amounts of Forza Horizon 5 and Link's Awakening. So
getting ready for this week and next month.
Yes.
Because we're here to talk about Forza, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what the wild is in Chat of the Wild, right? The wild roads of Forza Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anything else, bud? Doing anything crazy?
Nothing. This weekend we're renting a skid steer so we can level out the backyard.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna find out if forklift skills translate to skid steer skills.
I mean, that's just going to be good science, really.
Oh yeah.
You can write a paper on that. It's a yes or no, but it's on a paper.
Pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
You're going to be riding that line of like, oh, this is really cool, to am I going to be doing permanent damage to my home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I really need to go tell my neighbors, like, I will pay for the fence. I don't want to pay for structural repairs on my house.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm happy for you, bud. Yeah.
Thank you.
I had an eventful weekend. I went to Las Vegas, legitimately before last week's episode that we recorded. That was Storymania 3 that I recorded with our good friend Riley. I wasn't sure if I was going to go to WrestleMania, and ended up going to Vegas and going to 2 GCW shows and WrestleMania Night 1.
Hell yeah.
Coming back Sunday night, and then started my new job yesterday. So, been a whirlwind.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, been a whirlwind. But I wanted to show off one of the merch items that I got. Well, first the shirt. Danhausen.
Hell yeah.
Love that Danhausen.
He got a blimp.
He did get a Blimphausen. I took a bunch of pictures of Blimphausen.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But we went to a couple of GCW shows. Joey Janela's Spring Break, and then Effie's Big Gay Brunch on Saturday morning, and then went straight from there to WrestleMania.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect doubleheader. But I got a new koozie from Effie.
Hey. Love it.
And he signed it.
Damn right he did.
And we scolded him for what he did during his match. But yeah, that was my weekend. Did not get in a lot of video game playing time. Still only played about maybe 3 hours of Like a Dragon Ishin. So I'm deep into that one for next week's Storymoders. But that's next week. This is this week when we're talking about Zelda.
Yep.
Yay!
Jeremy, Mike, can you guys...
I'm so excited.
I'm so happy for this. Dex
Hey, that
in the
guy
chat.
that hates Zelda. Boo him. Boo.
Yeah.
I love you, Mike. Hi, Jeremy. Boo, Robert.
I don't know what I did wrong.
How dare you have a difference of opinion?
Yeah. But Link's Awakening. So the reason that we're doing Link's Awakening is because I asked Mike, what was your favorite Zelda game? With no context. And then after I'd already been talking to Jeremy about coming on, potentially coming on to the podcast, I wanted to make sure we got Mike's favorite game in there so that he would be able to completely nerd out like Dex and I did for Kingdom Hearts. Because we got him for 3 episodes. I mean, I don't think a Zelda series. Yeah, I don't think you could do more than maybe half an episode on any Zelda game. I'm assuming, right? They're all pretty much quick 12-hour campaigns, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've only done 300 plus episodes about the series, so
Yeah. Just a lot of like going back to the older episodes, being like, yeah, still accurate.
Yeah, we mostly just talk about other things.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
weather and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ostensibly a podcast about The Legend of Zelda, but in reality.
Yeah.
Reality, it's mostly about Zelda Williams, Robin's daughter. Yeah. So, Mike, you tell me, what is it about Link's Awakening that draws you to it more than Breath of the Wild or the one that we played for Extra Life, that Philips
Whatever the
CDI
hell
game.
that thing was. That ridiculous ass nightmare. Yeah, Link's Awakening. So I didn't own the original when I had a Game Boy. I remember playing it just like here and there, and it always kind of stuck out to me as like a little different than the other Zelda games. So then, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, kind of skipped the, GameCube, Wii U, and wound up with a Switch Lite, and the thing that if we get to however many subscribers we need to on YouTube, I will buy a Wii U and a Wii U copy of Breath of the Wild, and we will sit down and make Robert play the game.
That's
as God intended.
Whenever we hit 500 subs on our YouTube channel, that's my penance. Is he's going to buy a Wii U? I think really Mike just wants to buy a Wii U.
Not really.
Well, you know what?
I just want to make you suffer.
And then I'm going to have to play Breath of the Wild on the Wii U hardware.
It's not bad. I mean, it's just like it is. Imagine you're playing it with a Fisher-Price toy instead of like an actual video game controller.
Fair.
Yep.
It's still an amazing game. It's just, you're playing it with a weird, bulky, plasticky thing. Although all the controllers are plastic, but it feels like a kid's toy because I
feels like
I
baby's
get mine
first
out every once in a
iPad.
while. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we're doing once we hit 500 subs on our YouTube. Even though I saw a screenshot of a mod for the GameCube one, Wind Waker, that turned Link into a little like the same art style, but turned Link into Kazuma Kiryu from the Yakuza series.
Oh, I would love that. That's great. Just the angry look the whole time.
Yeah, just the angry look, but it's that like Wind Waker art style. Like so, it's
hell yeah,
that. So, but that's not one of the options. It's whatever the fuck is on the Wii U. Which actually, there's like 20 fucking Zelda games on the Wii U, is what we found out.
With the Virtual Console, yes.
Yeah.
We got the DS ones on there, which are my least favorite ones.
How many of these games are there?
Over 20, because I've got my rankings, and I'm working on something with some other people right now, and so I had to do that. But if we're talking about like mainline ones, I believe it was 20.
Yeah.
And then there's what you would consider spin-offs, like the Four Swords, your Link's crossbow training, your Tetra trackers. There's a few of those things out there.
Does that 20 include the Muso games?
No. So those
are spin-offs?
those are
Okay.
another 3 on top of that. Yeah.
Okay. So many. And Mike is going to play all of them. Right now.
Right.
Okay. So Mike, have you gone back to play? Have you played Breath of the Wild? I know we kind of talked about it, I think.
Yeah, I started playing through it again. I started anew after God, I don't know how many hours I put into it, but when I first got it, I was with my ex-girlfriend, and that was a thing that we would do together, and then we broke up, and I'm just like, you know what? We'll just go ahead and just set this one on the shelf for a while.
That's a shame.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Jeremy, I gotta. You're someone who I'm assuming has played Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Just going on a
Yeah.
limb there. Um,
Yep.
why do some people like Breath of the Wild but not Tears of the Kingdom, and vice versa? They just look like the same goddamn game to me.
So I just said Breath of the Wild was my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah,
Tears of the Kingdom basically has all the stuff of Breath of the Wild, but then it does other things. But the problem is that I feel like it's kind of bloated in some aspects. The building mechanics are interesting and cool and good. They kind of make you end up spending like more time just sticking things together, and like you have to dedicate hours of your game just to do that. There are ways to like really kind of ignore it, but personally, if you have a major mechanic and someone says like, "Oh, you can ignore that," then I would say that's a lesser game. That's a
yeah,
negative against the game.
yeah.
Like you want to be able to like, love every aspect of it. And Breath of the Wild has that, where like there is not anything about Breath of the Wild I don't like. Like even weapon degradation, I think has reasons on why that is like good for gameplay and keeps things interesting. And the building more than anything else was like the thing that, again, I actually like going into it. I like to build things, I like to do all that, but I would rather go play like a different kind of game and do those kinds of things in it than be like, well, I want to go and do my adventure and all of that.
Mhm.
And then also, I think there's some disappointment in terms of the sky and the underground, where the sky actually isn't as large as maybe like the marketing made you think it was.
Yeah.
It's like there are like 4 or 5 major decent sized islands that still only take 25 minutes to like do everything you need to do on there. And then the underground is like a cool thing, and there are really interesting aspects of it, like the fact that every light thing that you find in the dark underground, like you can't see anything when you're down there except for these light sources. Every light source matches up with a shrine in the main level, so you can actually map out the shrines in a fun, engaging way. That's cool, but then it gets to the point where like you do have nothing else to do in the underground. And it again, it's like it's a hat on a hat kind of thing, and that's why I think, you know if there was like a whole different map in there or something, I think that maybe Tears of the Kingdom people would have liked it more. But the fact that the map was identical to Breath of the Wild, we get Tears of the Kingdom, and so much of it is like the middle of it is the same, which is like it's great, it's the best tasting
Mhm.
meal I've ever had. But then they're just like, and we've got this and this and this and this, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna walk out of the restaurant being like, yeah, this was good, but I'm hurting right now. Like my stomach hurts. I just ate too much, and it's like I
Yeah.
don't think I'm gonna go back to this place.
Yeah. Now, what if I might blow your mind here, and I apologize if I do, but has anyone ever pointed out Tears of the Kingdom, right? Like tears, you guys, not like tears, like a right, right.
Well,
But
sure, you've got that there. I remember when we first saw like the trailer for it, because there wasn't like a person saying it. We were just like, is it Tears of the Kingdom? And it was just like, no, that's stupid.
the hell do you
Rips
mean?
and tears of the
What?
kingdom, and you play as Doom Guy. Oh fuck, that sounds awesome, man. Actually,
It'd be
oh
pretty
man,
good. Yeah.
yeah. The fuck? Oh, never mind. I was confused as to why my stream that I have up on the TV ended. I always just have something playing over to my left for movement because I'm a dumb monkey brain person. And right now it is Snowbike Mike's stream, who is playing, just happens to be playing through Majora's Mask.
I saw that he
Hmm.
started those. Yeah.
Yeah. So he finished Ocarina of Time and said it was one of the best games he's ever played, and then jumped right into Majora's Mask. And I think the chat was like, maybe, give it a break in between. Maybe not back to back, but it's Mike. That's what he's gonna fucking do.
Hmm. We cannot stop him. We can only hope to contain him.
So Link's. Oh, wait, where does this land in the like release, like the original one? Is this
Oh,
is this
God, I thought you were gonna say
is it
timeline.
would it be if it was a numbered game? Where would it be?
Technically, it's the 4th. So you had Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening.
There's a Zelda 2.
Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. It's a 2D side-scrolling action RPG.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it is very hard and obtuse, and it is still an NES game that requires a booklet for like a companion piece.
Okay. And when it comes to the storyline of Legend of Zelda, I've heard people say it's like super simple, just one real quick timeline. No, divergent paths or anything.
Where are you getting all this information from?
Other people online, Reddit mostly.
Dark web.
Yeah, dark web stuff. The dark web. But the Legend of Zelda timeline, from what I've heard, is very convoluted, which you would think that would make me like it, because I like dumbass
really
convoluted storylines.
There is so much here that you would enjoy, and yet you are bouncing off of this thing like a racquetball off of a concrete barrier.
Why doesn't he jump?
You picked the wrong game. He jumps in this game.
Yup.
In Link's Awakening?
Yes, yeah. It's the first item you get.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Okay. He doesn't jump in these fucking 64 games.
If you're on a ledge, he does.
Okay, no, then you're climbing a ledge. Okay? Or you're unclimbing a ledge.
Downward.
Oh, I can't press a button to just jump and go like, wah, wah, woo!
And Majora's Mask, he does side flips off of like from a ledge to a higher ledge. That's a jump.
Disappointed.
You didn't know what you got inviting me on here, did you?
Oh no, I did. I felt like I was like, this guy's gonna know his shit. So this would be number 4. Now, is that like is that one direct timeline, or is it just the 4th in like the main named series?
Here's some behind the scenes stuff of like the development on this. This was made so originally the concept of the Game Boy Zelda was they were going to try to put the Super Nintendo version on the Game Boy. That was the goal originally. Then you had some developers at Nintendo that were just tinkering around with stuff. They had already worked on some other previous game that was just like it. Some of the people that made this game called For the Frog, the Bell Tolls. It never released worldwide. You can find English versions of it. It's a great little fun game. They were making this like adventure game on the Game Boy, and then a certain team in Nintendo saw that and said, like, we can use this engine. They didn't really have engines at the time, but they were like, okay, we see how you built this game. We can make a Zelda using these bones. And what ended up happening is they had this little B team that they were like, we're working on this. But Miyamoto and like the Zelda people basically said, okay, you can make a Zelda game, but it can't have Zelda in it. It can't have the Triforce in it, and it can't take place in Hyrule. And so they had to make a spin-off game. Technically, this is kind of a spin-off game, but it features all of the core sort of ideas of a Zelda, of an action-adventure Zelda game, that it's still a main Zelda game.
Okay. So this was the original one here. I'm going to switch over. This is just a long play. So this was a Game Boy game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Was this the first Game Boy game or the second one?
When you say first, what do you mean? Are you talking about first Zelda game?
Yeah.
Zelda Game Boy game?
Yeah, no, first Zelda game on the Game Boy.
This was the only Game Boy Zelda. It wasn't until the Color came out that we got the Oracle games for this.
Okay.
And that was with the Game Boy Color.
So, Legend of Zelda, the very first one, NES. Zelda 2, NES.
Yes.
Yep.
And then A Link to the Past, SNES.
Yep.
Okay. And A Link to the Past, is it this kind of like this overhead view as well?
Yes. Yeah, because like I said, they originally were trying to make that game for the Game Boy. So
okay.
when they saw a game that basically looked enough like it, and they were like, yeah, we can make a Zelda out of this, and that's kind of where we were going.
Okay.
It actually carries over a lot of enemies and
it's a ditto.
Puzzle mechanics in a way from A Link to the Past.
Okay. For some reason, I thought A Link to the Past was also a Game Boy game. So that's why I asked if this was the first one. Yeah. So do you guys want to get into the storyline and get into this Zelda game without apparently Zelda in it?
Yes.
Where you just
We can definitely
play as a mute twink in all these fucking games. Like...
You
say that like
are
it's a
the
bad
character.
thing.
I mean, one of the matches that I saw this weekend at Effie's Big Gay Brunch was Pero's Twink Battle Royal Gauntlet, and
Amazing.
phenomenal. It was won by CPA, who is a wrestler and a CPA.
And an accountant. I love it.
Yep, he wears a button-up shirt
stream.
and tie, and then when he gets all like when he hulks up, he rips open the button-up shirt to reveal another button-up shirt and tie.
Good.
So, yeah.
It would be weird if it were anything else.
Yeah. Okay. So, really quick, before we do this deep dive,
Robert saunters over and grabs himself a beverage.
Daddy needs juice. Proceed. What is this game about?
I mean, Mike, would you like to lead? I mean,
No. So here's the
Okay.
thing. I enjoy this game, but I haven't, up until like last week, I hadn't played it since the year it came out. So,
so not even the Switch.
oh no, it was the Switch. Yeah, it was the Switch remake, but that came out when I checked my.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I remember playing the original as a kid on somebody's Game Boy, not mine. I never owned it. I think Ocarina of Time was like the first Zelda game I actually owned. So,
Yeah,
yes.
it wasn't. I'm in a similar case. I rented Ocarina, and that was my first Zelda, and then eventually was borrowed a friend's copy that I could actually like play all the way through it.
There you go.
Then Majora's Mask was the first owned copy of Zelda that I had. But then I went back and found this game and was just like, oh, this is a really cool, fun game. And then I have found myself going back to it many times. And more so, I mean, Ocarina definitely is the one that I've played the most, replayed the most. This is second for sure. So, I mean, real quick, story is Link is out on a boat. He hits some heavy water. The boat crashes, gets struck by lightning, just gets destroyed, and he washes up on the shore of this beach. Girl finds him and brings him into into her home till he wakes up, and then says like, "Oh, you crashed on the beach here, or we found you on the beach here, and well, here's your shield, and go find what's going on. Also, since you got here, a bunch of monsters have shown up." And then as you're exploring,
Yeah.
well, yes. So, I
Dick
mean,
move.
do you know the twist? Like, I know Mike knows.
I know nothing
Okay.
other than that
plans?
Zelda's not in this game, and it does not take place in Hyrule, and that's because you just told me that. Also, it was for the Game Boy. 3 things. I listened.
So I guess just to jump ahead, it's an old game. All that it doesn't ruin anything with this.
We'll say it now. We're going full spoilers on Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
Yes.
You've had legitimately 30 years to
game.
play this game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's all a dream, and it's not our dream. It is the dream of the windfish, which is this giant mythical whale that is inside of the egg. So yeah, now we can work backwards because it's better to work on the story to work backwards. It's in this giant egg that is literally like a third of the size of this entire island. It sits on top of this mountain here. In order to get into the egg to free the windfish, that's how you awaken everything. You have to find the six instruments. I can't remember.
It's like 6 or 8. I remember it's an even number. I remember.
Yes,
5.
Yeah.
Is it 5? No, it's not 5.
No. Damn it. Lon.
Not listen to me.
You said it with such conviction. I just believed it.
Oh, wait, hold up. This got a fishing mini game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fishing in it.
Ah, hell yeah.
The
Fishing
first-
mini games are
the
cool as
first
shit.
fishing mini game in Zelda.
Okay.
This actually inspired a lot of things in Ocarina.
I literally
So,
spent an hour of my gameplay yesterday in Like a Dragon Ishin fishing. And that's like a 2-button mini game where you just sit there,
Right.
you hit a button to cast, controller starts shaking, you hit a button, and it automatically pulls it in. And I spent an hour catching great white sharks in feudal Japan with this
Hell
stick
yeah.
and string. And then learned that
Yeah,
I
I
had
did that
nowhere to
with-
sell them. So
Infinite Wealth, the island minigame had that, didn't it? Couldn't you fish
Dondoko
on-
Island, yeah!
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, I spent like 25 hours on Dondoko Island. That whole thing.
Fantastic game. Yeah, so this game, find the instruments. They're all hidden away in these dungeons. And it's very much of you go to the first dungeon. There's a special item in there. When you leave that dungeon, that gives you access to new places to explore on here. And then rinse, repeat as you keep going. You just become more and more able to explore this island. And that is just like, it's a fun power like growth.
Is that Yoshi?
That you get throughout it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yoshi. There's funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Mario references in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Least of which being Mario being
Yes.
in the damn game.
There are Goombas in the first dungeon that you can jump on.
Mm-hmm.
And there are Boos, and there's Kirby. They're all like, they almost all have different names, but yeah, there's a bunch of other things on
Yeah.
here. This is a game by developers that were just having fun with it. And I
Yeah.
think that's why this game holds up so well, is because it very much was just like, if we thought something would be fun, we're going to put it in the game. As opposed to like hitting these requirements to be like, well, it has to have this, it has to have this, it has to have this. They were just like, what if we put that in there? And they're like, yeah, let's do that. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So with it being, so I'm assuming that's with them being like, hey, you can't put any of the real shit in there. So they're just like, fuck it. Then we're going to put everything else in there.
Right. We'll put all the other stuff that you didn't say we couldn't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't have Zelda. Mario, come here. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This island needs a plumber. I guess.
It needs a guy who goes on a trip and pretends to be a raccoon.
Yeah. Is that what he does?
Yeah. So there's a character named Marin. Although her name is Marin in here. Her father's name is Terran. Though Terran then became an Ocarina Talon, who just, if you look him up, it's the Zelda version of Mario. So Mario is basically in this too. He just goes by the name of Terran.
All these characters that look the same but just have different names. It's too much.
What? Okay,
too much to
you
handle.
said that we were talking about. What do you mean looking the same, man? Because that's just
I'm
coming
just
off
assuming they
as
look the
too.
same.
Wow.
If they're from
Wow.
one game to the other. I don't know. They're all plumbers, right? All plumbers look the same, right? We're all thinking that.
Wow.
We're all thinking
Wow.
God. No, when you were saying that, you were saying like why all the characters look the same. But you're saying that across Zelda games. Is that your assumption there? Or
No,
that
I
your
was just
assumption?
making a little callback to our Kingdom Hearts episode where we went over all of the different all the different Xehanorts and how like 25 characters are Xehanort, but they look different, but they're the same guy and different. And yeah, Mike got angry.
They're all the
He got
goddamn
angry at
same.
that.
Yeah, would it help if Link had an X in the middle of his name if he got Norded?
Yeah,
Did that make you interested in this?
They
Yeah.
all look the same.
Ocarina
clip
does have a
that.
dark Link, so there's like the dark version that you fight.
Clinks.
Clinks, yes.
I did it. There you go.
There you go.
Miyamoto. Is he still in charge? What year is it?
No.
No? Nah,
He
well.
hasn't. He has not been a game developer for a decade. He just hangs around theme parks.
Oh, God, what a fucking life, man.
I know. I love the guy, but every time he talks about like video games now, I'm just like, shut up, old man. Like you have not been relevant to game development in so long. Like I love you
Yeah.
for making Mario and Zelda and all that, but you're not a game developer, man.
Yeah. He's not a game developer. He just maybe, I think, helped on the Mario movie that everybody hated. So did
He was the yes man, I think, in that. I think if we had to like go into that real quick, I'm pretty sure it's Illumination in his ear. Like there was someone, it was the Kat and Krista. They're like Nintendo podcasters. They used to work for Nintendo. They do their own stuff. One of them had the theory that Illumination was in Miyamoto's ear saying like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Star Fox was in this? And he was like, that would be cool. And that way Illumination could be like, Star Fox is ours now. And we can do Star Fox now. And they were trying to be like all the things, be like, yeah, what else do you want to put in there? Yeah, because then they get to like be the IP holder for the movies of those things.
Oh, that makes sense. That's what kind of like what Sony went through with Spider-Man. Like if any character that was in one of the Sony Spider-Man movies was then part of that, and like Marvel couldn't use those to make movies, or any character in the comic book that was part of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, we got Goombas here.
Goombas? It's a little. Let's move this up.
Yeah, he already killed him.
Well, I don't know. I
but-
can't really. Let's try. Let's do this. Let's go back. I guess 30 seconds. 'Cause this is a 4.5 hour.
That's a long play for the whole thing. That sounds about right. I recently did a playthrough. Well, actually, I say recently. It was a few years ago now. I want to do another replay of it. The randomizer of Link's Awakening is really good. If you like, if someone who's played it multiple times, when I get, the whole thing with the randomizer is that any chest you open, it can be anything. And so you open up one of the chests and it gives you one of the items from somewhere and you have to be like, okay, can I even use this right now? How do I do all this? And it's like, it's a fun little thing of like trying to figure out, okay, what are the things that I can work backwards through this on?
Yeah, randomizer runs I've seen for quite a few. A lot of like older games like this. I think it lends itself well to like the older Zelda games and like the older Pokemon games and Metroidvanias specifically. So I've seen a lot of randomizers for those ones. I think this week, Kind of Funny is doing a Pokemon randomizer thing on Friday.
Okay.
Which I've seen. I think I've seen a few different randomizer races on like GDQ, and I don't. It's insane. It's insane in a speedrunning sense. It's like the whole thing with speedrunning is that you like learn exactly how to do everything, and then with, like there's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a randomizer. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I'm still gonna beat this thing in 24 minutes because
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Link's Awakening. I'm seeing. Got a sword.
Yep.
Is that a
Yes.
Master Sword? Is that?
No.
No.
Master Sword didn't exist yet. Master Sword, I believe, was first in Ocarina.
Mike, can you confirm?
I think so, yeah.
This is just, as you can see, this is the level 1 sword. You see it says L1 next to it?
Yep.
Down at the bottom?
Yeah, the bottom
you
is
just
kind of
get
cut off
level
on
swords.
stream a little bit, but
Alright.
okay.
Okay.
Let's scroll down. Do you get any other weapons in this game, or just the sword that levels up?
There's
Yeah.
what actually the best weapon in the game is the boomerang,
Yep.
and it can be really fun to mess with.
It really can be.
Why is the boomerang the good one? Other than
it's
it being
a
a boomerang.
ranged.
I mean, boomerangs are just cool, but
Yeah, it's a ranged weapon. It's actually as strong as the strongest sword swing that you can do for some reason. It's just
Yeah.
it's broken. It is broken.
okay.
Yeah.
And was it still broken in the remake?
No, they balanced it.
Yeah.
It's not as strong in the remake.
Okay. So you're going through and finding instruments
Yes.
to wake up the egg
Yes, to wake up the windfish.
that was under the assumption legitimately that egg was Birdo. Because it looks giant and
No.
pink and white like Birdo.
That would have been fun. Yeah.
It sounds like it would have fit into this fucking game.
Oh man. Damn it. Now someone needs to figure out this mod. You have to
Yeah,
wake up
just to-
Birdo.
Yeah, it just shows up and it's just like wah, wah, and then yeah, that's it.
That's
And then he wakes up in a cold sweat. It's like it's still a dream, but it's like a nightmare now.
I'm just picturing Bill Hader's Donald Duck Vietnam flashback impression that I can't play on stream because SNL, they get really pissed off when you play any sort of sound or visual. Ugh.
Lorne Michaels is very litigious.
He is. Lorne Michaels hates video game podcasts that enjoy SNL.
I think you are 100% correct. I think if someone asked him that, he'd probably be like, yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not part of my manosphere. He's a manosphere guy, by the way. Lorne
Oh, he
Michaels.
is?
I'm just
Oh,
assuming.
Man.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just guessing. I don't know. I've seen... No, there's actually been quite a few SNL skits making fun of that. So, well. Okay. I'm trying to think of... So, what... Link's Awakening, before we jump into, like, the remakes, more of that.
Yeah.
First off, who the hell are these things?
The boys?
Kids? Yeah.
Can you attack
They're
them?
just kids.
I mean, you can swing on anything, but
Okay, fair enough.
yeah, no. Yeah, those are two of the kids of one of the families in town. They sit there and they tell you fun things, like bits of information, but then remind you that they're kids and they don't know how anything works.
Okay.
Yeah, they literally will be like, "Oh, you can press the start button, bring up your menu, but I'm just a kid. I don't know what I'm talking about."
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chain Chomp is in this one, right?
Yes.
They call them bow wows.
Okay.
Yes.
That was a question that I kind of always had seeing screenshots of this game and seeing the Chain Chomp here and then seeing it in Mario, and I was like, I like the Mario games well enough, and I know it from Mario, but I wasn't sure which one it started with, so I wasn't sure if one pulled it from the other or if two developers just had the same exact fucking idea, and Nintendo's like, go with it, go with God,
So the Chain Chomps were originally in Mario 3 on the NES, so they would have been before this.
Okay. So this game got a remake on the Switch.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you are jumping ahead. It got sort of a remake on the Game Boy Color, which actually changed quite a few things. It was
was
a
that Link's
version.
Awakening DX?
Yes, that was Link's Awakening DX, and that version not only did it like colorize everything, it also was a patched version of it. So there were certain like glitches and bugs and things like that that they were able to remove from this, and also added a whole new dungeon to the game.
Boomerang? Boomerang still broken?
Boomerang's still broken. They didn't know,
Or they didn't care.
so or they didn't care.
Yeah.
What if they didn't fix it in the remake? They just didn't know how to make it the same.
Right? They were like, they didn't. They couldn't figure it out. This magic.
Like, we don't know what the hell they were doing, but
But yeah, we got this version here. So yeah, the first version came out in 1993. Now, the Game Boy original came out in 1989, so we're already 4 years in on the Game Boy, and it wasn't until 90.
Tell me that's not a Birdo egg.
I mean, sure, yeah, it's a pink egg. Yeah. But yeah, so we had, let's see, the Link's Awakening DX came out in 1998. So it was 5 years later we got this one. So this is like, a big deal for them to be like, oh, we're redoing this, but now it's it's in color and we've got a new dungeon and all of this stuff. Yeah. And so that it was a big deal for that one. And this is the one that most people know. I think at this point, this is the one that's on like NSO. If you play it on Switch, this is the only version you can play.
I thought this was just a Game Boy Color game. Like, this is the one that I knew before the remake. This was the Link's Awakening that I knew. I just thought this was the original. This.
I mean, even for people like, we're talking about, we're all in our 30s, and like, it's even then you're talking about a 5-year difference. That still would have been like brain development time for us, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we don't even know things exist, and then by the time this one comes out and you see it somewhere, you'll be like, oh, that must be the only one, not realizing that it was just like, oh no, this thing has been around for a little while now. But yeah, it's crazy that the one of the reasons I love this game so much is the fact that the original game was done on the Game Boy, which is this super simple system. It's our modern calculators, are eclipsing the tech that this thing had. And especially are some of the dungeons that they have later, they get really creative with the puzzles. And so the fact that they were able to do what they did on a calculator like this, I still just think is so amazing, and is why I love it so much.
Oh, man. Oh, look, you got a sword from the sea.
Yeah.
So he's the king.
He's Poseidon.
Isn't that?
Yes. No one's going
to
challenge him.
sword. You find a sword in a lake, you're the king. Right? Isn't that? It's a functioning government.
But yeah, then,
finding a functioning government.
Honestly, at this point, yeah, let's just have let's have some sword fights down in the capital.
For real.
Yes.
Just going to Washington D.C. with a rusted out sword, being like, I found this in the Great Salt Lake. I think it still works.
I found this in the Potomac. George Washington declared me king.
Also, he's alive. You guys didn't know that? Yeah, he's still alive. He's in a lot of pain. He's very miserable. Please kill him. All right, so this one's not necessarily a remake. This is just like it's the same game. We just kind of added to it, and it's in color, and it's not just a sheet of purple or something just to be in color. It looks like they spent their time and.
Yes, and you could still play this on the original Game Boy, and it would play like the original. So it still was that game. Outside of the extra dungeon, which gets you a upgraded tunic so that you can take more damage. Either take more damage or do more attacks. You get to pick what reward you get at the end of it. But otherwise, it is pretty much the same game. Yeah.
Okay. And how do I kind of phrase this? So they weren't allowed to use certain things from the series, right?
Yes.
That being said, was there anything in this game that they kind of created that then became maybe a staple in the Zelda series?
A lot of things, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the feather that we talked about with the jumping,
Yes.
like that ended up being sort of like afterwards, all the 2D ones, they were like, oh yeah, we should have put jumping in this game, and we're going to make sure that we have jumping in every single 2D Zelda after this.
And how many 2D Zelda games came after this one?
Okay,
because 98, we're well into 64 territory, right?
Yes, so we've already had 64. Majora's Mask is on the horizon.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have the 2 Oracle games, which came out in 99, I believe, 99 or 2000. But then you have Minish Cap, and then Link Between Worlds, and then I guess technically Echoes of Wisdom. I might be missing. I hope I'm not missing one. I'm really throwing out my cred there. But yeah, that should be it.
Link Between Worlds. That's not Link to the
That's
Past.
that's
Those
the
are different things.
Link Between Worlds is a sequel to a Link to the Past.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to sequels, this is just its own thing. Did this game get a sequel, like specifically?
No, we have not seen anything because it's a dream. In the end, we move on from it. There's not actually anything. Been listening to Hello Hyrule, and they're another Zelda podcast, and they go really deep into these games, and they like get into the lore, and they kind of like really just get like lost in a lot of that stuff in just a really fun, entertaining way. But they're talking about like the meaning of the dreams and what is what does it actually mean if this is here, like if they're dreaming, who's the one dreaming and all that. And like my brain never goes there, but it's great that there's people out there that do that, and I love to hear it. But in general, it's like you just sort of wipe the slate clean afterwards.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he woke up and he moved on and did his own adventures.
It's just like the fucking Bob Newhart show where he wakes up in Newhart and it's just, oh yeah, the entire series was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Or the not real ending to Breaking Bad. If y'all saw that one at I think it was at Emmys thing. Bryan Cranston wakes up in bed, but it's his character from Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's with Jane Krasinski, and she's like, what are you talking about? Because he's like, I was a drug dealer, I had cancer, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Link's Awakening DX. So this is the second one, kind of, but it's the first, And then we got an actual remake for the Switch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Like
why this one and not fucking any other one, I guess.
It is probably the most beloved of the 2D ones. I think when it comes down, I think if you like polled people, there is a chance that, most people would probably say like Ocarina. If you're talking about people that have that have lived long enough to play a lot of those games, to have opinions on it, they might say Ocarina. If they're a bit younger, maybe it's Breath of the Wild because that's just a more recent game. It's almost a decade ago, but it's a more recent game. But this is one. So the other thing about it is this was really designed for the Game Boy. This was designed for people while they are on the bus going to a place. And so in a lot of ways, it is the most digestible of all of the Zeldas. It's also one of the most memorable in terms of characters, because even though you say like, oh, it is an 8-bit system, there are only 8 shades of gray or green that they could show on that screen. So a lot of the characters can look the same, but they're all named this time, which is different than the other Zelda games where like only major characters were named. This one, more of the smaller characters were named. You just have more memories with each of them. And they also have been sort of training the team Grezzo to really take the helm of the B-tier Zelda games, while they take 8 years to develop new mainline Zelda games.
All right, that's not Mario anymore, is it?
What?
Yeah, it's still kind of Mario.
Yeah, look at him.
It's Mario-ish, I guess.
But yeah, they went with this storybook style. Like what, Mike? What do you? How did you feel about this style?
I loved it, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like with like the mainline kind of entries, not these fun little side stories, like they can be the ones where it's like, this is what the Switch can do. Like this definitely fills more of the like, hey, you remember playing this on your like older brother's Game Boy, right? Well, here you are, a millennial saddled with crippling debt. But you got a Switch. And you got nostalgia. So here you go, man. Yeah, no, it's just
Yeah,
such a warm, cozy feeling art style.
I think it fits perfectly with it. Like I know some people were iffy about it, but like I think it's cute. And I'm just someone who doesn't care. I will say, "Oh, that's cute." And I love that it's cute.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I want to play it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of ripping off the Plucky Squire. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Okay.
This came out before Plucky Squire.
I don't believe you. I don't care about the facts. All right. Plucky Squire was, kind of upsetting. I actually do like the way this game looks. I like this art style. This little, I mean, almost like chibi-esque type thing. Look at that water. Oof.
Yeah, like the biggest problem is that when this first came out on the Switch is that it actually did not run well. Switch 2 playing it now,
believe it or not,
it looks incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it get patched for the Switch, or is it still shit?
It does the best that it can on the Switch.
Yeah, it still chugs at moments, but not terribly. You still love it.
Yeah, like for me, I grew up on when I made the discovery that we could put a graphics card in our family computer, and then
a big
we
day.
could play video games. It was like I convinced my brother to go like half in on one. We were just like, oh yeah, if we each just like put $40 in, my friend can get us all the video games we want because he just like downloaded just pirated all that stuff. But it was very much I was very used to games that really shouldn't be able to run on this computer. I get them to run. So games that do like slow down frame rate wise, it doesn't bother me nearly as much.
Yeah.
I do like now that I got the 4K TV and the PS5 Pro and all this stuff. I look at some things where I'm just sort of like, oh yeah, it's not running smooth enough. But like, now that's just like a dumb little sickness.
57 FPS. Ugh.
Right. Yeah. Did that just drop in frames? I think I'm gonna puke.
Oh God.
Drop to 59.9. Throw it away.
Yeah.
Why didn't Digital Foundry tell me about this? Those pieces of shit. Spending all their time with DLSS 5. Oh man.
Yeah, I would say like if you're looking at this though and you're just like this looks good. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways this is actually the easiest way to play it because on the Game Boy you only had 2 buttons. And so you constantly had to cycle through items. With playing it on the Switch, you have 4 face buttons and triggers, and it will do things like automatically always have your shield on L, so you never have to equip your shield. And then same for like picking things up. You don't have to equip the bracelet to pick things up. You'll just be able to pick things up. There's a lot of things on it, and I think it's great. It's still like it can be a short game. You can have it done, and the long play. What is this a long play? Or
this is a like full game walkthrough, and I hate this person that's playing this game.
Well, what's the length of the video?
This is 5 hours.
5 hours, sure. And so like he knows what he's doing. So it's like you could spend 10 hours on it, which I don't think is bad, but did Resident Evil 9.
Maybe this person's not going to piss me off.
That was great. Are they talking?
No, there's no sound, but I'm just hey Mario. I don't know. That last person was making rupees hop out of the ground and then not picking them up. And like that's just a waste. Oh. Okay. Like come on. Why are we wasting this? So that's my next question. Do you guys waste rupees and let them expire?
No.
I mean, yeah, I try not to.
We're really setting you off now. No, I always run into the problems with a lot of these Zelda games that you will have too many rupees, and I'm just like I'm just maxed out the games usually start where you can only hold 99 rupees. And so you'll get to 99 quick, and then you're just like, you're slashing some things, rupees drop, and you're like, well, there's no point in me picking that one up. I really need to find some place to spin these rupees.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are the mini games this game? Does this game have mini games? We got Pocket Circuit Racer, maybe. Got go-karts,
No.
mini karts.
No, this isn't the Family Fun Center.
There is a rafting mini game.
Mm-hmm.
There is also the remake has a Zelda Maker mini game. You can make your own Zelda dungeons.
How have they not just made that game yet?
They did it here, and it's bad.
Fair. Okay. Motherfucker.
Damn, we've lost him.
Pick up the goddamn
God.
rupees.
So, do you have a favorite character from Link's Awakening?
Oh, man. I mean, is it weird that I just love the chickens? Because if you attack... Yeah. Like, they're just dumb little things that you can pick up and throw around or, knock out of the way. But if you attack them enough, a flock of chickens will come and kill you.
There's also a Super Kuko on here that you'll find that Luigi is looking for. Yeah, Luigi's in here too.
Yep. Oh, I also love the dad who's just like, well, I'm going to get lost later, so hope I see you out there.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of the writing for a lot of these characters is really funny, and it is just a lot of people were having fun with this.
Yeah.
And you can look up the translations for a lot of the things that they did on this in different languages, and some of them actually went kind of vulgar. Like the German version actually is kind of vulgar with some of the characters. So like it's a fun little thing that you can look up on that there, because there is a character that is it's a green cucumber looking guy.
Yeah.
He's electrified, and if you sprinkle him,
just a second ago saw him, I think.
yes, we would have ran past him earlier.
Yeah.
I can't really talk about that stuff on my show, but like since I'm here and you guys have no problem with the language, when you sprinkle magic dust on them, which we're getting from the witch here right now,
Okay.
you'll see him. I'll wait to say it. You should have it here in a second. I'll wait to say what one of the German translations are right after we get a good look at this guy. But in the English version, it just gives you more clues on like some things that'll be happening in the game later. The game is just sort of always kind of giving you hints on what you got to do next. But let's see, because he should just be going right around here. We'll see the little green guy up here. So if he sprinkled magic powder on him, he would get eyes on there and he'd look a little different, but he'd still be this green cylindrical looking guy. And the German translation is that when you do that and you talk to him, he says, "Not without a condom."
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, I love it. I love the Germans. Pick up the fucking rupees. What are you, too good for rupees? Fuck. I'm so
Well,
mad.
Robert,
I'm
I
so
have
mad
this
at
physical game cartridge if you would like to borrow it and pick up the rupees.
Yeah. Do you want to show us how it's done?
Yeah.
No. I like this art style. It's about it.
Okay.
The music is so good though.
Fucking Zelda music annoys me. It's
Oh,
let me hold on. Let's. Okay, well, there's no music right now.
There he is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, right back there.
How
Iconic.
does that not just give you a big smile on your face? And I'm getting a stereo in this too. You
Yeah.
got a good setup here.
Great.
God. Like,
It's
simple and clean. Let's just fucking simple and clean, okay? Tops everything in these fucking games.
Yeah, I don't think Skrillex has done a remix of any of the Zelda songs.
Yeah, I doubt
Fucking, he
it.
probably has. He's a big ass nerd. He just hasn't released them. You
He
know?
hasn't released them, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to pay fucking Nintendo for the rights because it's probably expensive as shit.
Probably.
Remixing, you don't have to pay for Nintendo. There's a lot of actually great like artists out there who do the remixes that we've been able to like. There's a Zelda and Chill series that is a lo-fi versions of them that I really love, and the artist behind it, and he let us use his music for our show. So
Oh shit, cool.
they're really good. They're really good stuff there.
Very
There's
cool.
one that I just found that was out last year that they did Midwest emo ballad versions of Zelda songs
Oh shit.
that are just really, it's just spot on with them. They
Oh.
absolutely sound like the one track that you get per album that is just like, just a single acoustic guitar
Oh,
sort of
some-
riff with it kind of thing.
Somebody going through it, and we're all there for the ride.
Mhm.
I
Yup.
do. I would listen to that. Yeah.
I'll send that to you. I'll
Yeah.
send that to you.
Hell
Anything
yeah.
any Midwest emo, I'll fucking listen to.
hmm
So this, the other one, Echoes of Wisdom.
That's
that
the
a game?
most recent one. Yes.
Is that a sequel to this? Because they look the same.
Done by the same developers, same art style, but it's technically in the Link to the Past lineage. Like it takes place in that map. So they basically took the engine that they built for all of this with the visuals and all of that, and then said, okay, we're going to take a Link to the Past, the Super Nintendo one, but we're not just going to like remake it. A lot of people were assuming we'd get like a remake of a Link to the Past in this style or the Oracle games in this style. But they made an original game with it, but you can sort of, it's not one for one, but you can overlay the maps of A Link to the Past and Echoes of Wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now I'll ask the both of you. This art style, okay?
Yeah.
What Zelda game would you want remade in this art style? Like, what would be your dream remake looking like the Plucky Squire here?
I mean, I've got one. I got it locked and loaded. I thought we were going to be getting the Oracle games. So Oracle Season, Oracle of Ages. Those were Game Boy Color games.
What about the third one?
They never actually made the third one. They only advertised it before the games like really came out.
I know. I know. Then just make it now. You know?
But yeah, I thought for sure we'd be getting that. Just like it in my mind, it made sense that they did the Game Boy games. They did the Game Boy game remake of that one. That do the Game Boy Color game.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I think it's one of those. Any of the previous or post original release Link's Awakening 2D games would look great in this art style, but I would love to see either of the Philips CDI titles in this art style.
Did you play Arzette?
No?
Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, that came out, what, last year or 2 years ago?
I believe it was last year. It was one of my favorite games. It's really good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the CDI software. Did you read the name of the company at the beginning there?
No.
The-
DDI. God damn it. I love it.
They made the Zelda Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil, but they actually made a good video game. And it
First
actually
of all, how dare you?
those developers had no idea what they were doing.
No.
They only knew how to do edutainment games, and they were like, we got to make a Zelda. Oh God.
Oh,
Oh,
you just expected somebody to make a Michelin star meal. It's just like, I can get you a blue box dinner, but that's it.
Yeah.
So Jeremy, we do an extra live stream. Mike's been doing it for like 7, 10, 25 years now. But for Storymoders, we've been doing it the last 2 years since we've started. We do extra live streams in November, 2 12-hour streams, whatever. So in our first year, we had a little thing where every $50 that we raised, we spun the wheel of super historical interactive titles. Figure that out. And it was just full of awesome games that we could play, like E.T. and Pac-Man for the Atari, and Batman Dark Tomorrow. Those types of games.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, Mythology, Sub-Zero.
Oh God, that
Jesus
nightmare.
Christ, that piece of shit. But we had, I think we had all 3 of the Philips CDI games on there.
Yes, we did.
But it was like, we would spin the wheel, and then whatever it landed on, we played for half an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
So we played Hotel Mario, which I actually loved. I thought it was really fun.
It's
That'd
a
be a great
fine
fucking
puzzle
mobile
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be an
It's
incredible
a fine
mobile
puzzle
game.
game.
Yeah. Mario was missing. We played. Had to look up some guides for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is like, I remember trying to play that when I was a kid because I was just like, it's a Mario game. And it's like asking me things where I'm like, I was in like 3rd grade, but it was asking like 5th grade level questions, geography and everything. I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. And you couldn't just Google, like I had to like ask Jeeves and that was like, wasn't helpful.
Nope. Back when the internet was just full of mystery.
Yeah.
I had to go to Lycos.
Yeah. I mean, I fucking use GameFAQs walkthroughs now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Every Like a Dragon Yakuza game I'm playing, I just pull up. I go to GameFAQs and I look up a guide. They're all written by the same fucking person, and they're all incredible.
Well, and you can go there without, like, if you go to an IGN guide, it just fills with all of these things on the side of these ads and auto plays, and at least the GameFAQs one is just like, there it is. Yeah,
it's just all text. This one's got like a great table of contents. Like, they're all wonderful. But yeah, we played Fallout Brotherhood of Steel was the last one that I wanted to shout out. The Xbox PS2 game.
PS2, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one that had the Balls energy drink tie-in, and it was shit. But the one CDI game that we played was Zelda's Adventure.
Yeah, this is the worst one.
It was so bad.
It's hard. Like, all 3 of them are difficult to like tell where what you can interact with and where you can go.
Motherfucker, you are hard to look at.
Well, yeah, this one was
functionally
so much
unplayable.
And random voices. Did you guys have the audio on too?
Yeah, we did.
Be walking and just be like, Zelda, you need to go to the thing. And you're just like, what? Who's this?
What is going on?
Yeah, we played this for half an hour. I don't think we got... If you would have, like, pulled up the map of the game, I think we only visited, like, maybe 10 of these, like, squares, because we just kept getting lost, and then we kept dying to... this motherfucker would just spawn right in front of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And just...
God, these load times are so bad.
Yeah.
Yup.
Every screen. It's like just a quarter second longer than what you get from other Zelda games.
Yeah. But You know what? They're picking up all the rupees.
Hey.
I honestly forgot what this game was over the last 2 years since we played it, and for some reason I thought this was like a remake of the first Zelda game. Because it has like the overhead and then it goes through the dungeons, and I was like, oh, it's like a remake of the first Zelda game in like trying to kind of ape that Mortal Kombat real person,
Yeah.
type thing. But apparently no, it's Zelda's Adventure. And then she didn't get a game until the Switch. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I don't know.
As a real character outside of Hyrule Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a Game Boy D-make of this that someone is working on. It's unstable. I haven't checked in on it in like a year and a half.
Fuck, this game is unstable.
Yeah. I was trying to see if I could find someone that they offered to program carts for these things. Like they just had a service of being like, oh yeah, well, I'll put it on a Game Boy cart. I'll put your own art on there and all that stuff. And I was like, can you do this one? And they were like, I can't even get this thing to boot properly. And I was like, all right, I'll check back with you in a few years.
Yeah.
Maybe the people behind this might have something. My guess is no. At some point, they were probably just like, this is not worth it.
At some point, they're like, what are we doing with our lives?
Yes.
Oh, God. Zelda's Adventure.
It's funny, but unfortunate that this is the Zelda you have the most experience with.
So I've played multiple Zelda games for like an hour, 2 hours. And oh yeah, this fucking thing. Now, Mike, you remember this thing just in the ground?
Yeah.
Or some shit. We had no idea what this thing was. And then we just died.
Right?
Huh?
Is it like someone begging?
I don't know. It looked like they were in the ground and they're dying. It looked like a zombie.
Yeah.
But no, like I tried like Ocarina of Time. Probably not Majora's Mask because I tried Ocarina and it looked like the same game. I've tried some of the older ones. I have tried Breath of the Wild. Mostly to see if Yuzu worked on my Steam Deck, which it did. Now I don't think it does, but and I like booted that one up because I was like, I don't like Zelda, but I feel like if this app is going to be able to, like, if it says it plays these games, I'm going to try one of the the most popular and best looking ones, to try it out with. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but they just never hooked me.
I mean, that's fair. Like, you gave it a shot and all of that. Yeah. Can't really convince you. I still think that Link's Awakening might be the most like approachable one of them, because it's not a big ask, and it looks cool. It looks really cute.
Yeah.
So how many of these games have Yakuza clan bosses who are into diaper play? 3, 5, how many?
Ooh.
Got bad news for you, Chief.
We don't know that they are. But yeah, I mean, we don't see their whole lives.
Yeah.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah.
I got a feeling it's one of those fewer than you'd expect, but more than you want to hear.
Okay, so Jeremy, how quickly do you think you could get through the Zelda timeline and all of them?
No, I don't. I'm not a timeline guy. I don't
Bless
like
you.
the timeline because they never cared. Like the developers never cared about the timeline.
Yeah.
It was an interview that Miyamoto was having with some people, and he just was sort of like, just happy to talk about the stuff that he's made. He's just a happy guy.
Yeah.
And he was just sort of saying these things. And then they did put out like the official timeline for it, but then they started asking like, well, where does this fit? And then someone was just like, they were just like, oh, well, Link dies in this one, and that means this happens. And like, I don't really care about those. I love when games reference it. Like Wind
Hmm.
Waker is a direct sequel to Ocarina, but you don't find that out until later. You see
Yeah.
some things where just like, oh, these take place in the same world. That's such a cool feeling to be a fan and to find that late that you're like playing this other game and it's not until like 6-7 hours into the game that it's just
Mhm.
like, oh, by the way, this is actually taking place in the same thing as this previous game here. And it's
Yeah.
like that's such a cool reveal.
Yeah.
But I don't need them to connect, and I think I would actually love if we just sort of start over again.
Hmm.
Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
was kind of a thing that started over. It references a lot of things, but it doesn't really actually take place in a linear fashion to any of the others. Tears of the Kingdom barely takes place after Breath of the Wild. Like most of the characters in the game don't even acknowledge the things that happen in Breath of the Wild. They talk about the way they talk about some things where you're just like, what? Why is this now? Why is this suddenly new information? Why didn't we know about this before?
Yeah.
They don't care, and I don't care.
So if it like in your mind, and I think this might be one of my things with this series, which is going to sound hypocritical because I've played fucking every mainline Pokemon game, but every new Zelda game to me just seems like they're telling the same exact story, but it just looks different because they have a different graphics engine. You know what I mean? Like everything is you're playing as Link, Zelda's a princess, Ganondorf is there and he's the bad guy, and you're going through the kingdom of Hyrule to fight Ganondorf to save the kingdom for Zelda, and you're Link. And to me, like, and I'm probably way off base for a lot of them, or maybe I'm not. I'm
I
not sure.
mean, Mike, do you have any responses? Because I can
I
just
mean,
like go analytically and just like sort of summarize every single game really quick. But
yeah, I mean it's one of those. It's just like, okay, yeah, like if you really want to boil it down to its like most basic components, like
Hmm.
yes, these things, like yes, it's Link, it's Zelda, it's Ganondorf, it's Hyrule with an
Yeah,
asterisk, you know. But you could also say that's the same thing for a lot of other like series of games,
yeah.
you
That's what
know.
I'm saying.
So I
Like
think that's, yeah,
fucking 4 or 5 generations of Pokemon were the same story. You're a kid going off on your
yeah,
adventure. You talk to the professor. You get your first Pokemon. You're going through the thing. You know all the 8 gyms, and then you're going to the Elite Four. But it just I maybe just because the names are different, and once again we went over my monkey brain earlier. But it's like it's different names and it's different kind of people, and they added the new types and stuff, and maybe it's like the turn based more than the actiony stuff. Um, but
yeah, I mean, when you break it down, it's like yes, like Mike
yeah.
was saying that it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, like if you really just boil it down to the most simplistic, like explain it to me like I'm five thing,
yeah,
then yes, but none of us are five, and most of the people listening to this aren't five, so we can, it's just like yes, all these things happen, but there's a lot of like nuance, and there's a lot of very different things happening in a lot of these titles from
yeah,
one to another,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, so you do take like the original games, like if we're talking about Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, all very like Arthurian,
Yeah,
swordsman saves the day from evil that's threatening everything.
yeah,
Ocarina had a much more cinematic approach to it, and more like fleshing out a character and all of that stuff. Also, the time travel thing of like one of my favorite things that some games do that like I wish we did more often in storytelling is when you lose, when like the world
yeah,
ends in a way, but the game continues. Like Final Fantasy VI is one of my favorite Final Fantasies because of that reason. Like because you lose at some point,
yeah,
and Ocarina of Time does this as well. Ocarina of Time, everything, you seem like you're doing everything right, and then turns out Ganondorf was one step ahead of you and did all this stuff and ruined the world. And now it's like you go here and you're re-entering a lot of the places that you were before, and it's just different and all of that, and you're helping people out. Majora's Mask is like a completely different thing. It is a side thing where you go into some other world that is a metaphor for purgatory, and all the while the moon is crashing down and you have 3 days and time is constantly ticking the whole way. So you're dealing with time mechanics the entire time. Wind Waker is one that like really kind of resets a lot of the story stuff. It is a sequel to Ocarina, but you are sort of playing as someone who all of the legends like were forgotten about, and it is a world that has moved on from all of that stuff. Twilight Princess was one that is very much more like, it was actually sort of a response of trying to make an American version of Zelda. That actually was like the pitch for it, is they were like, we need to make a Zelda that Americans are going to like.
Is
so
that the one with the werehog?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Wereboy. Yeah, that one is like, it's also one of my least favorite ones because of that reason, because it does sort of just follow the trends previously that I had done before. But then even like Skyward Sword kind of reset a lot of things, where it was just like it takes place before all of that happens, and we're going to actually really flesh out the characters more. And even Zelda has her own sort of agency throughout all of it. You're not just like trying to save her.
Was that a DS game?
That was the Wii. That was the Wii. They used motion controls with it. You needed the Wii Motion Plus add-on for it. It was a late Wii game.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got problems, but also has a lot of character and one of the better villains in all of it.
Is it Ganondorf?
That isn't. No.
Ooh.
No. It does just things a lot different. It fleshes out characters all over, and you actually like see a character's motivation. There's no Ganondorf in Skyward Sword. Like, Ganondorf is a vessel of evil. This is where we're actually dealing with the evil. But yeah, then you have Breath of the Wild that just completely reset everything again, and then Tears of the Kingdom that did a sequel thing to it that I think actually told one of the better stories in all of the games. It is kind of like you're finding that story as you're playing this video game. It's not that the story takes place like with what you're doing. It's just as you're playing the game, they're just like, oh, you want to watch this drama? Let's go and watch our shows. But it's a really good show. So there's variety, but I can see like an outsider looking at it where it is hero saves the day.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even just like hero saves the day, because every game is fucking hero saves the day almost, you know. But maybe it's just like it's the same. It seems to be the same like main characters every time. Zelda, Link, Ganondorf, Mario. Every single game has Mario. This skeleton thing right here, and the Bob-ombs. Every game has the Bob-ombs. I don't know if they do.
They don't. But yeah,
no, they
don't.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think you are still coming at it as an outsider on a lot of this stuff. That like when you are glancing at that, and it's like, and that's all reasonable. You know, if this was supposed to be us trying to pitch the game at you, like I honestly would kind of just be like, I think you've made a case of why this isn't a series for you, and that's fine. Yeah.
And I think for some reason, like fantasy for me is just so hit or miss. You know, like the fantasy genre like this, like
sure.
Even like Elder Scrolls Oblivion, when it first came out, did not like it, did not vibe with it at all. Skyrim, fucking loved it.
Okay.
You know, and I know there's a lot of like different gameplay aspects in the in there, but and honestly, like the Skyrim story, I can't really tell you what it is because it's
a Bethesda game. So
it's a Bethesda game. It was like a like a big sandbox. Is how I was kind of playing it. So yeah, fantasy is kind of hit or miss for me at least.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, totally.
So if it's maybe it is Link's Awakening, maybe it's the remake of Link's Awakening, maybe it's something else. Let's both of you there's someone who's like, I want to play a Zelda game, and I want to play one,
Mhm.
like the best one, or just the best one to get me into the series. What is going to be the most approachable Zelda game?
It might be this version on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because in some ways, I would say, like, for your first part of the question, I would say Breath of the Wild. I think that
Yeah.
game actually does very good with its onboarding, and it actually is a kind of game that, like, almost anybody could really play. It does ramp up to the point where, like, you do have to actually get good at video games to be able to play it, but at the very beginning, at least, you can do a lot there, and you can sort of have your own fun for many hours with it. But this game, Link's Awakening on the Switch, I think is one that if you wanted to see the series, this is a good starting point, because this is actually where the series got a lot of its character.
Yeah. You'd say, even though it's the fourth one, you would say this is where it got a lot of its character?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that this was the one that, like, really gave a lot of minor character names, and they said interesting things that weren't just, oh, I think it's gonna rain today, and
Yeah.
that's like all the only thing that they say. Like, they're just more interesting, and really a lot about the game development of this. The emphasis on puzzles carried over a lot more as well, where A Link to the Past is actually a lot more action focused, which is not what Zelda was for the next 25 years. This was very much more about going up to characters and helping them while you're journeying around and pushing around blocks and figuring out what this room needs to make a key fall.
Okay. Mike, would you say this one too? Did you agree? Or?
I would. Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, this is. It is the. It is a modern version of one of the most beloved games in the original, in like the first run of these games. So that is a great place to start. It's also very approachable. There is no like greater story, greater lore you need to know other than, as you so lovingly put it, this mute twink is running around with a sword. So, like, that's like, it's a cute story. It's very approachable, and again, it's available on a Switch. So many people have Switches.
Fucking everybody has a Switch.
Yeah.
It's
So,
I mean, if Sony would stop just saying that they magically sold 2 million PS2s every year,
Yeah.
the Switch
Yeah,
would be
right?
the highest selling console of all time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we just realized that Brazil's still selling them. Okay, yeah.
All right, sure.
Brazil bought a PS2. Yeah. Like, would you say that this game boils down the essence of the series in its purest form?
It's so hard to say that because of the fact that this was so early.
Yeah.
And that the series only grew from here. Where something like Ocarina, I think, maybe has that more for that question.
Okay.
Because a lot of Zelda was trying to... Ocarina was like the peak for the longest time in terms of sales. And so Nintendo and the developers were constantly trying to rekindle that. And so for so long, it was them trying to be like, how can we do another Ocarina? How can we make another game that's like Ocarina? And this one was like, this was just sort of the beginning of a lot of that.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've been hearing rumors about an Ocarina remake.
I hope.
Yeah.
But I was on a podcast like 3 weeks ago where I was like, I bet we're going to get a Nintendo Direct in the next 2 weeks. And it's like, I'm just like, we're not getting one till like June now, are we? Like, we're not getting like a real Nintendo Direct until like June, till it's like the former E3 time, or the Summer Game Fest
Summer Game
time
Fest
now.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think we'll do that. I think we still will get that because Nintendo has wanted a Zelda thing every year. That has actually been a goal of theirs. Is they need a Zelda product. They need a Mario product and a Zelda product every year.
It doesn't necessarily need to be a new game or a mainline thing. Just like, hey, here's a Zelda thing. Here's a Mario thing.
Hmm?
Yeah, they have the movie for Mario. So,
Yeah.
Here's a Pokemon thing, which we got. No, that came out last year. ZA came out last year.
Well, they got Pocopia.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, which is.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if that was on a lot of people's Game of the Year lists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No. I think we're wrapping up here. Yeah. This Link's Awakening. He's awaked. Is this game woke if he's awakened?
It's on its way to being woke.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway to woke.
It's wokish.
Not there yet. Yes.
Okay. Pick up the fucking... All right, Mike, what do you got going on this week? Are you streaming? You getting back into that yet, or?
I don't know. I might. We over the weekend we discovered the bar down the street is actually pretty chill. So we're gonna go back there on Wednesday because they got a deal on wings and whiskey. So, but since it's going to be kind of cold and miserable, or colder, yeah, I don't know. I might hop on Thursday, so day after tomorrow, as you were watching this live on Twitch, day of as you're hearing this or watching this on YouTube. So, yeah, not sure what I'm gonna play. Probably more Horizon though, just because, man, yeah, your boy is really itching for something for a driving game and an excuse to play games with the
that
homies.
Horizon.
So,
okay,
yeah,
I was like, God damn, he's playing Zero Dawn,
undisputed.
Hell yeah.
The undisputed greatest console exclusive ever of all time.
Yes,
period.
as we determined a few weeks ago, Horizon Zero Dawn is the best ever console exclusive game.
Don't think too hard about this.
Yeah, no.
Frankly, the less you.
I
Le-
like the game, but
Nope.
okay.
The best. Yeah.
You got okay. That's
Just-
your
you
guys'
just-
list. All right.
You know what? If you really want to see the methodology and how it broke down this way,
I'm gonna have to check this out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like.
yeah,
Years ago on old podcast stuff, we did a game of the year that we found all the list of game of the years and then did a bracket for that. It ended up being BioShock 1 in the end. So like, that's sure.
okay,
Yeah.
why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us. You're welcome here anytime. Even if you don't want to, even if we're not talking about this series that shall not be named that we've talked about for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I love a lot of video games. So
Yeah. What do you got back there? I wanted to ask. There's something super bright.
Those are all of my amiibos.
All
Oh,
right.
shit, okay.
All of those are at the very bottom. If I can point it out, that's the Super Mario amiibo cereal.
Okay.
Down there.
Okay.
But yeah, those are all the amiibos here. Yeah, I've got the Zelda Lego sets over here.
Nice.
This is all Zelda stuff.
Okay.
Very
okay.
cool.
This
Love it.
this is Mass Effect and Fallout. That's
My ex-wife took my Fallout helmet.
I would send you this
Hurtful.
one, but I like it, so you know.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Orange Cassidy. That's a wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah. So once again, where can people find you? You know. Also, I'm gonna say this now. Over on Discord, send me all the links for everything. You know, like the social links. I'm gonna put it in the YouTube notes. But yeah, where can people find you? Do you guys have the YouTube? Do you guys do just the audio podcasts as well? Like like the Apple Podcasts, all that fun stuff, or
So easiest thing, chatofthewild.com. You go there, you'll find links to everything on there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we do video YouTube. I stream at least once a week. I definitely do it on Wednesdays. I stream whatever game that we're playing for the show.
Okay.
If I can make time on Sundays, we typically record every other Sunday. So
Nice.
the Sundays we're not recording, I try to stream, but sometimes things just get in the way there. But every Wednesday night for sure.
Is that
but
on
yeah,
the Chat of the Wild, the YouTube page? Do you guys have a Twitch as well?
Yes. Well, I stream on Twitch and then I share it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and then I'm also reposting old seasons on YouTube that aren't on there. So people that are just exclusively on YouTube, I'm working through our Ocarina season right now. So every week a couple episodes drop like as I'm working on them. So I don't have a set schedule on that. It's just like kind of as I can get in there and videoize the audio, because we used to just be an audio show and now we're trying to do more video stuff. But yeah, I'm on Blue Sky for Chat of the Wild. We have our Discord. We've got a merch shop, but it's like, I thought it would be fun to just have the stuff on there, because I've got do I have the other one? It's not within reach. I had a pillow too of the Chat of the Wild logo and everything.
Hell yeah.
Like I just kind of like went crazy with it on like Redbubble. I was like, I could do all this stuff. I'll get a hat.
It's all here. Yeah.
It's me, Chat of the Wild man. But yeah, chatofthewild.com. You just go there, you'll find all the links for everything.
Mike, I think our store's Black Friday discount thing is still on.
Hell yeah.
That was while ago.
We had two codes for Black Friday sales. One, you could get 5% off if you said I love Zelda. And the other one, you could get 20% off if you said Zelda sucks.
God.
Oh, we're bringing them back, baby.
Yep. Jeremy, you don't have to commit now. Okay. But we would love it if whenever we get to 500 subs on YouTube and I have to play one of these fucking games, we would love for you to join us for an episode or two for me to tell you about my experiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And that might not happen for a few years, so you're, like I said, more than welcome to come on. Let me know about your favorite games, and then whenever we're talking about them, like every week we just kind of do something different. We have a topic, this week it's Zelda. Next week, actually, is Like a Dragon. Oops, All Like a Dragon with our friend Fung Time of the band Indigo Elephant. Go take a look at them on Apple Music and or Spotify. Last week, it was Story Mania 3, so it was all, wrestling matches compared to video game boss fights. So, like, every week we just kind of do something different. We'll chat if you're down with it. I'll ask you if you've got any other games or like stuff that you like in the gaming world, and then we always love to have like cool new, especially like new topics.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to just be, hey, let's talk about the fact that Ubisoft is announcing the Black Flag remake that everyone's known about for 16 years on Thursday.
Yeah. Right.
There's an announcement for an announcement, and there was an announcement for that second announcement. A couple, whatever. I
get that.
Yeah. So, let us know. You're welcome to join us anytime. You're awesome, Jeremy. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Yeah, no, it's fun. I'd love talking Zelda, obviously, but yeah, I love talking video games in general. I took a break from podcasting for a little while, and I was just like, I miss talking about video games.
We love talking about video games here. Mike, less than me. He, not a big. He doesn't actually play anything.
Nope.
He just watches YouTube videos of people playing things. That's how he gets everything. It's all through osmosis. Yep. That's not true. He's got a fucking Magikarp doll right there, and an Xbox controller right next to him.
And a 360.
And a 360.
And PS2, and you
he
can't
actually
really
just bought that, so that raised Sony's sell number for PS2 by about 100,000 or so. Yeah, but we will see you all next week for All Like a Dragon. There are 12 fucking games, and we're gonna go through all of them. And honestly, some of them will take a lot less time than others. Trust me. All right.
Maybe.
So we'll see you next week. Bye. Outro song.